What is up, you guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix. I talk about anime, manga, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So CBR, man, I gotta say, like, websites like this, they have to come up with some BS, to write about. You know, even if it's not like good, they just have to put it out there because they need the clicks. And you know what? I understand. I'm a YouTuber. I mean, my channel's not monetized right now, but still, you know. But like a lot of times, I feel as though the people that write this stuff, it's like they don't really understand what they're writing about. They're not fans of the anime. They're not fans of the anime. Also, a lot of these titles that these companies come up with, they have a title generator. Okay, they have a title generator to help them come up with article ideas, right? So who knows if this is one of those that was generated. This is 10 ways Berserk is cliche, right? Right, so let's take a look. You know, Berserk fan, Andy Matrix versus CBR. Now, before we get started, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to hit the notification bell and like this video. I'm on a journey to get 1,000 subscribers, guys, and I very much appreciate your help. So, thanks a lot. All right, so 10 ways Berserk is cliche. So let's see how exactly Berserk is cliche. You know, because Berserk is one of the most unique stories I've ever read, right? And I already gone through the article, but it's really hard to find series like Berserk. You don't really like find these a lot, you know. All right, so let's see. So the first one is, well, number 10. It says Gus has no parents in his life. Yeah, neither did Harry Potter. Neither did Naruto. Okay, so what? I mean, Naruto eventually like found, you know, he met his parents, you know, in his consciousness, I think it was, right? And Harry Potter eventually met his parents. I guess like the spirits, like the souls of his parents, right? But Guts never met his parents. Right, so Gus doesn't know who his parents is, who his mother is. It's a medieval story, and he has no idea, right? He has no idea who his parents are. And yeah, you know what? You could say that this is kind of a cliche, but this is not most anime. Like there's shonen anime in the shonen genre. Like, not every protagonist is like without a parent. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, Naruto's one, but who was it? Light Yagami. You know, Light Yagami was, you know, he had parents. Who else? What's another shonen, man? You know, Goku was without parents. Actually, Goku had his grandfather, so that don't count. So you could say that, you know, this is very typical. Like, the main character doesn't know who his parents are. But at least in Berserk, like Guts, Griffith, they don't know. They never even met their parents. They don't know who they are, what they are, where they're from. So there's no need to talk about their parents. You understand? So number 9, Guts has a round family. Yeah, so Guts has a found family. This is not a cliche, right? This is not really a cliche. If you look at a lot of shonen stuff, you know, Naruto, he was born in the village, in the Leaf Village. So the people in the village were kind of like his family. But Guts, he's a mercenary wandering, you know, the land, the continent. You know, he was just wandering the continent willy-nilly, and eventually he stumbled upon Griffith, and then they became his family, right? But I wouldn't say this is exactly a cliche, because, you know, here in the article, they make a reference to Spy X Family. Say not to mention Spy X Family, Forge Your Household. But it's different, you know. It's like, it's not just that the characters, they find their soul family, right? But it's also the way they find their family. You understand? So I don't know. I think they're just kind of like they're just kind of, I don't want to say nitpicking, but I don't know. I just wouldn't call it a cliche. It says number 8, Gus has a D&D party. This one I guess is kind of right. You know, the warrior. What is it? Shirky will be the mage. You know, then he's got like, you know, other quote unquote warriors around him, like Sir Pico with the wind sword, right? And Isidoro with the little flame dagger. So I guess you could say it's a kind of like D&D. I'm not a D&D fan, by the way. This is Griffiths wants to rule the world. And no, actually, I'm going to correct them on this. Griffith wants his own kingdom, right? Griffith wants his own kingdom. And because this is an epic fantasy, in a medieval setting, the world is kind of a small place. You know what I mean? Because, you know, back in the days, if you go back to the medieval times, you know, unless they got on a boat and traveled across the ocean to another continent, the world was rather a small place. So Griffith wants to have his own kingdom and ruled over that land. So the whole ruling over the world is different, you know, because let's say with Dragon Ball, for example, you know, ruling over the world or the universe, yeah. Or in Naruto, where like Madara is trying to like put the entire ninja world into an illusion. But I mean, this is different. In epic fantasy, in a medieval world, this is different. Number 6, Griffiths has an elite squad to command. I mean, doesn't every villain has an elite squad? It's kind of like a given, you know, like Frieza. Even Frieza had his own squad, right? Orochimaru and Naruto had his own squad, right? And I guess what kind of anime you're consuming, you know, the villain always needs to have his own squad. So I mean, it's just part of story writing. Like, unless the villain is like super powerful and he can do everything himself, he's not gonna have like unless the villain is like super powerful, he's not gonna have an entire team, you know. Number 5, there's an army of doom. Well, this is similar to Game of Thrones. This is a cliche in epic fantasy. This I kind of agree with. I guess kind of like Lord of the Rings, you know, one of those old epic fantasies where like it's very black and white. You know, there's an army of doom, right? And then the heroes of light. This is a very old style of epic fantasy storytelling, and it's actually changing. But you gotta also remember that Berserk started in the 80s, so keep that in mind. And then what else? There's a love triangle between Casca, Guts, and Griffith. I don't know if I would call this a love triangle. Like, for example, in Naruto, it was Sasuke, Sakura, and Naruto. Sakura like Naruto. I mean, Sakura like Sasuke. And then Naruto like Sakura. But then Sasuke doesn't give a crap about anybody. So it's not exactly a love triangle if you think about it. Because in the very beginning, Guts never really liked Casca. He was, you know, he just kind of find her annoying. And then Casca always loved Griffith. And then Griffith is the commander. He doesn't care about anybody. I mean, some people say that Griffith was gay and he had the hots for Guts, but I don't think Guts ever. I mean, if that is true, Guts never knew. But then again, you know, Griffith also slept with the princess. So this is not a love triangle. I would not call this a love triangle whatsoever. Comment below if you disagree with me or if you agree with me. Let's move on to number 3, which is there's a twisted church. This is not a cliche, okay? This is not a cliche. Not every anime has a twisted church, okay? I would say this is more common in Western storytelling, maybe. In Western storytelling, but in anime, you don't really see this evil church. You know what I mean? So this is not a cliche. So this one has to go. Number 2, the manga is better and longer. What? How the heck is this a cliche? Everybody knows that the manga is better. Everybody knows that the manga is better. It's saying the manga is better and longer, as if they're saying that as if the anime actually got to finish. The anime never finished. The anime never caught up to the manga. So they are wrong. This this is how you know they don't know what the heck they're talking about, or maybe they didn't watch the anime completely. And then number 1, Puck is like a mascot. He is not a mascot. Okay? You know, the mascot for Pokemon is Pikachu. The mascot for Final Fantasy is the Chocobo, or I guess the Moogle, right? The mascot for Naruto, Naruto doesn't have a mascot, actually. I think it's Kurama, maybe, the Demon Fox. But Berserk never had a mascot. Berserk never had a mascot. See, this is how you know they don't know what the heck they're talking about. You know, they're saying Puck is the mascot. Berserk never had an official mascot. Because number 1, the anime that was in the 90s never finished. Okay? Number 2, the movies that came out were pretty good, but still, like, Puck didn't even show up in the movies. And then in the manga, Puck was just there for comedy relief. He was never like, you know, he was never like an actual, like, significant character. He was just there, you know, for comedy relief. That's it. He was the Goofy of the anime. All right, so CBR does it again. You know, another bullcrap article. Just another bullcrap article. Anyways, whatever your thoughts are, make sure to comment below. Tell me what you think about these 10 ways Berserk is cliche nonsense. Obviously, they either didn't finish the manga or finish watching the anime, because a lot of these points here are just stupid. It's fucking stupid. Especially the one about, where is it? The one about the manga. The manga is way longer. It seems that they just added it there just to have it there. Just like, oh, we need an option. Right? The manga is better and longer. The manga is always better. Manga fans know this. The manga is always better than the anime. Hands down. 9 times out of 10, the manga is better. Alright, guys, this is your boy, Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching. Make sure to comment below, like this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell. And thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is Andy Matrix, and Godspeed.